Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming in the UK. Such a pleasure to be able to speak to you both.
Hello.
Hi there. Maybe we could kick off with a brief introduction to your characters, because even for fans of the Wilds, obviously new characters joining for this next season. So can you tell us a bit about who you play? And we'll start with Charles.
Hi. I play Kieran O'Connor, who presents as your sort of stereotypical jock, sort of the emblem of toxic masculinity. And then that is sort of put under a lot of pressure when he's on the island, and we see that there are more layers.
Great. I play Seth Novak in season 2. He's quite a complex character. He's not really what he seems when you first meet him, I think. But he's like a awkward, funny, weird. I think he's incredibly intelligent as well. So, yeah, I mean, he's an interesting guy. Is how I would sum it up, I suppose.
Kieran's also super interesting too, almost. And he's got layers, like I said.
Seth also has layers as well.
Yeah, but not quite as much depth, I would say, as Kieran, particularly on...
Well, I don't know, because Seth has like a lot of duality, and then obviously,
not a lot of empathy, though.
In order to access that.
Not a lot of thinking for others.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you. That was great.
Definitely when I was watching the first series, I kept thinking, how would I react if I was in this situation? Like, which of the characters would I be closest to? So I was wondering how you think you would be if you were on a desert island, and would you react similar to your character or differently?
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely always fantasizes about the idea of being stuck on a desert island. In fact, like I almost wanted that to happen. I was obsessed with Lost, so I was very excited when we had a hatch in our season. And also, what was that other show? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh, Castaway. And yeah, it was so cool. What's so cool about the show is that you're not in a studio or on some beach where they've just moved everyone off. We were on Stradbroke, sorry. Stradbroke Island. And it really does feel like the end of the earth. So especially when you're shooting at night and they have like the floodlights on and like no one's around and there's like kangaroos and snakes and, it's a place where everything will bloody kill you down under. And it feels like it's not hard to drop into that imaginative place where you're like, yeah, I do pretty much anything right now to stay alive.
I feel like it would change you in such a great way. Maybe everyone needs to be lost on their own little deserted island for a bit, just so that it's like a forced reset. I feel like most people come back like a better person. Like we saw Tom Hanks at the end of Castaway.
Yeah, and he's been such a light in the community ever since that movie.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Sabrina, you have the next question, please.
Hey. Hi guys, I'm Sabrina Patilli from Italy. So I think in this series you have a lot of physical actions. So what was the hardest part?
Having Charles touch me.
Yeah.
The worst.
I actually think I have it on record that you quite enjoyed that element of the show. I didn't say that. No, I didn't mean. I meant, just the physicality.
Okay, I'll answer seriously. I'll take this one.
Okay, go.
It was. Do you say what the most difficult part of it was?
Yeah, in terms of a lot of actions, you had to shoot. So
right. In all honesty, it wasn't difficult at all. It was more difficult for Charles because he actually demanded on doing some of the stunts himself. I had a stunt guy, and this man literally lifted this stunt person all the way up. I don't know if we can get you can probably get a clip of that, but there's like a press clipping of it where he like launches him like 6 steps and then crashes him on the ground. I was filming it on the side, and it looks like me, but it's not actually me. So like all the difficulties of the physical stuff, we would have to film some of it, and obviously it was very physical, but it was you cut around it, and it's honestly like a lot of fun. I wouldn't say any part of it's difficult. It was actually
it's really not difficult. I mean, you're out there all day, but you're on an island where there's like people pay a lot of money to holiday there, and there's like waves coming like out of the, like whales crashing and dolphins and shit, and it's really cool. But yeah, like good stuff, like the stunt stuff is like it's the stuff that when you're a kid, well, for me, when I was a kid, you're watching movies, you see stunts, and then you're actually doing it. And when we did that bit where I tackled the stunt guy, it's like every time you hit him, he gets like a fee. So you only do it like 3 or 4 times or something. And it just feels like, I don't know, it's just
fulfilling.
Yeah, fulfilling. And, but you could really hurt someone. So, but he actually said to me, he was an Aussie guy, and he was like, hit me as hard as you want. You can't hurt me. Okay. So I did.
Yeah.
Gabby, you have the next question, please.
Hi guys, I'm Gabby from Legião dos Heróis, Brazil. So first I would like to ask you, how did you prepare for the role physically and mentally, especially Charles, since he's done his own stunts?
I'll go first. I actually, through a family friend, I knew this nutritionalist, and he's a personal trainer. And because I knew I was playing like a college level athlete who's on a scholarship and stuff. So I worked with him, and he also worked with Hugh Jackman, helped him prepare for a few Wolverine movies, including Days of Future Past. And so he wrote me up like a very sort of Spartan-esque diet. And then I had to, jog every day for 45 minutes to an hour, and then weight lift every second day. And he was like, if you don't, you can throw everything out the window, but if you don't do the weightlifting, it's not going to work, mate. You're not going to get fucking ripped. And that's how he spoke. I mean, I obviously don't swear, but anyway, so that was like 2 months of prep, and then maintaining that throughout. But that was just the physical side. And then, yeah, it's sort of, you kind of got to take it on the fly, because you get given like an episode and then you start shooting it like a week later. So you just got to stay chill. And Alex and I were really close, and our storylines interlaced a lot. So we were able to kind of like talk things out together, and also just have fun. I think like when you're having fun, you make good stuff. So yeah, I want to enjoy what I'm doing. Otherwise I don't want to do it.
Yeah. I'll go, I guess. Nutrition, I think, was a big part for me as well. I met Charles on this, and he was so dedicated, and seeing that was like obviously really inspiring. But I ended up getting a nutritionist, because we get the episodes, we're not sure how the series ends or where it's going. So as we receive the episodes, it's really interesting to kind of like shift gears in that way. And I remember on episode 6 or something, halfway through shooting, my character doesn't eat for a really, really long time. So I kind of wanted to experience that. And I worked with a nutritionist, and I went on a ketogenic diet, and preparing in that way is something I'd never done before. And it was really fantastic. And it really helped me get into the proper mindset of like a young, starving, desperate kid on an island.
Sarah, you have the next question, please.
So one of the things I really loved about the first season was, first of all, that it was very female-led, and it also just dealt with such a diverse range of characters and people in terms of their background, ethnicity, sexuality, in a very nuanced way. And there was a part of me that was slightly unsure how it would play out, having, bringing in sort of the boys' island, because I really enjoyed the fact that it was so female focused. But watching it, I realized that it's actually the same lens that's applied to what could have normally been a bit, overly masculine, but actually it's done in a very nuanced way. And it brings out, kind of getting behind, like you said, like toxic masculinity and the things that drive people to do what they want to do. So was there that pressure of following up the first season? And did you find it fascinating the way they've kind of looked at all these characters?
I think human experience is human experience, and then like just being a part of that. And I think the story is crafted in such a way that really aids that. I wouldn't say I felt any pressure in feeling like I had to do it. Like there's a lot of support and you just kind of like get in, heads down. You don't really think about precedents or, you know, the issues that was touched on it before, because we're telling essentially a story from day one. And, you know, our storyline was also very isolated from the girls' storyline. It's essentially like I feel like the series, season 2, plays out a bit like a chapter book where we flip back and forth. And, you know, there's a really...
Yes, hello, come in.
This is a really interesting... I might just hang it up real quick.
Please, sir. Sorry. Can you just keep answering while you answer the phone?
Where was I? Yeah. So many beeps. I'm so sorry. Yeah, just flipping back and forwards. A lot of contrast. That's where I was going. I feel like that's it. I'm sorry if I forgot where I was going, but
you know, I think I'll pick up where you were going. But yeah, I mean, just to add on to what Alex was saying is, no pressure at all. In fact, like, you know, when I got the role, or when I was preparing for the callback and stuff, I wasn't thinking at all about season 1 and what it was. I was just thinking about the role that I was going to play and the story that I was going to be a part of telling. And whilst then after I booked it and then I watched the first season, I could see, it had girls in it and all of those great things that you mentioned. But like Alex said, our storylines are isolated. So there was just working on what we had in front of us and just making that a really great thing and an honest thing and a thing that's worth watching. And it's not about being as good or living up to the girls. It's just making something worth watching. That's my main priority. And if I'm not making something worth watching, well, it doesn't matter if there's men or women or whatever in it. It's just like, make good shit. I mean, make good viewing material.
Sabrina, you have the next question.
Yes, guys, what do you think are the messages of the show?
Camaraderie.
Courage.
Oh, good one. Family values.
No, I think one thing that the show does well, I don't know if this is it's just a takeaway, is flipping stereotypes on their head. So, you know, I said earlier that Kieran, on paper, especially even just seeing some of the response to just the media clippings and things of me with my shirt off, which happens quite frequently, and then also with my pants off as well and my undergarments. It's a bit like, oh, it's another jock. And what I'm really excited for people to see with focus on Kieran is I don't think a jock's ever been written in this way. And especially when he comes to Josh's aid in the 5th episode, we see it's the first time that we see Kieran drops his guard and that he has compassion and empathy for, you might say, the weaker members of a group. And I think that as Zach's character, Raf, says, you know, some of us becoming men and some of us becoming monsters, but this is a real moment where Kieran is being a man and demonstrating what real strength is. And, you know, sure, Kieran's a strong man and he's physical and he can lift up a log and kill a jaguar, but here he shows a different kind of strength, and he's struggling with it as well. And it's not what we when we see a jock go, they're capable of that. You know, people just go, fucking jock, fuck you, dickhead, which gets said to him a lot. And maybe that influences his change. I don't know. But yeah, I would just say flipping stereotypes on their head.
Right. Yeah. And then I guess on that is Seth's whole storyline as well, where I suppose usually in a teen drama like this, a character like Seth would be is set up to be like a charismatic leader has all the answers figures, but then, you know, we see that get flipped on its head as well, just like that.
Gabby, you have the next question, please.
Well, how was for you to meet the girls and interact with them? How they welcomed you in the show?
They were really awful to us actually at first. No, I'm just kidding. They were lovely. They were so welcoming, fantastic, hilarious. We got dinner.
We all lived in the same building. Yeah.
So we would hang out, go to each other's cookouts, whatever. Tanner loved the barbecue, so we would oblige him and eat his wings all the time, and everyone would just be chilling. It was great, and we're living on the beach as well. It was kind of like a little school camp paradise type deal. It's pretty great.
Sabrina, you have the next question, please.
Yes. Would you like to share some funny moments happened on set?
This is so many.
There's just so many going through my mind right now. I can't pick. When we're on season episode 4, and do you remember we were on the rock?
Oh yeah.
Things happened there. That was hilarious. Like that was the first, not the first time, but like one of the actual times that it succeeded, experimenting with improv and just being silly, and like everyone was kind of getting really comfortable. But then, hilariously, 2 girls came to visit the set, and it was just like absolute pandemonium because like the energy of all of us just like shifted in such a weird adolescent way where our director Nima, absolute legend, was like, "What on earth? What, 2 girls come up? You guys all just become 17, do ya?" It's so funny. Yeah, we just it descended into mad. We couldn't get any takes. We were just like laughing, and then they had to.
Everyone was talking around during the take. Like,
yeah, they had to say. I think
it's just like when you got a friend over when you're 10, and you're like showing off in front of your friends, and your mum's like, "Stop showing off in front of your friends, Mum, stop."
Yeah, they had to be like, "Hey, get out. These guys actually, you're not letting them." Like, I'm so sorry. Like we thought they were professional, but clearly
he basically said no girls are allowed. No, he didn't.
Yeah. So that was hilarious, I guess.
Gabby, you have the next question.
Okay, so if you were to be stuck in a deserted island, what would be the one object you would bring with you? No cell phones allowed.
Okay. You know, because like I've been asked this question before, and I've never come up with an answer that I'm happy with, that I think is witty enough, that I think is like the one that everyone will look at and be like, "Damn it, should have been my answer." Yeah. So like, I'm still like, I don't want to say I don't have an answer, but my answer at the moment is like like a quad bike. You know,
okay. I think I would bring a friend, like Charles.
Oh, that should have been my answer. Just like rewind the tape.
No.
I want to take.
No, because it'd be so much better, you know, with a friend. You're not alone, and you know you could cover the island in half the time.
Would I be the friend that you choose?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I just said that.
Yeah, I just wanted to get it like clean.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, actually, I changed my answer. I'll do a hatchet.
We'll cut there, thanks.
Just kidding.
Sarah, you had the last question of the roundtable. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess we've already spoken a little bit about the messages, but one of the things I wondered is, in the fact that it does delve into the fact that everyone has past traumas, however great their life might seem on the surface, that maybe after watching it, you have that feeling of greater empathy with others, and that, everyone might have a backstory that you don't know about.
Mm. Yeah, that's beautiful. Couldn't have put it better myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I just want to say what you said. You can quote me with your answer to the question.
No, you can quote me with that.
And you can say that Alex would like to be quoted with my answer.
No, I think it's, That's so lovely. You know, as an audience member, if you felt that way after finishing that, then like that's all we can ask for. It was pretty tough work, but also we're super grateful that we got to do it. And like it's so nice that you had. Thank you. I love that.
Yeah, actually, I will give a serious response. I guess from what I was saying about making something that's worth watching, what I mean by that is that it's impactful, because the reason why I do what I do is because movies and TV shows were experiences that shaped the way I see the world. And I want to be a part of stories that are going to do that and like I carry that on. So if this had a positive impact, has an impact on people that watch it, that's like the number one objective. So that's awesome.
Bloody brilliant answer, mate.
Oh, thanks, Alex. Went almost as well as I rehearsed it in the shower. Thank you.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining us for the round table. That's all the time we have. Please say your goodbyes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks so much. It's so great to chat to you. Really enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.
Congratulations.
Can't wait for everyone else to see it.
Wow.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.